everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So I just thought I would do a quick video of some books I've received recently. That looks like, no, maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of the design. I don't know. Looks like it could be part of the design or something. See, just there, it looks like a bit of the design. I thought it was the plastic bubbling up. But yeah, I just thought I would do a bit of a book unboxing slash haul. There's a few like bookish candles here that I got ages ago, but I didn't haul just because at the time I didn't have the time to do it, and also with the stuff with my ankle and blah blah blah. I've also got my Fairyloot July box here, but my June box hasn't turned up, so I'm waiting for... I'm talking with Fairyloot currently, and they're being amazing about discussing it. It has come a bit dinged up, and it's in a purple box, which is cool, but they've been amazing about trying to sort out what is going on, and are talking with the postal service as to why my June box hasn't shipped at all according to their services and their notices and stuff. Also, please excuse what's in the background. I've only just got back home, and I'm trying to sort my colouring stuff and all of that to try and work it so that I can hopefully do some videos even with my bung hand and wrist. I just want to attempt to. Also, if you're interested, the candles are from Nook and Burrow here in Melbourne, Australia. This is one of their mini versions of the candles that's burning, called Nocturne Alley. And if you look inside, you'll see it's got glitter inside. It also is sort of a double layer, and you can tell there's a bit, it's kind of interesting how it's changing colour between the purple and the black kind of thing, almost like the black is staying on top or something. But yeah, that's cool. And so I'll just shift that, but that's called Nocturne Alley, obviously from Harry Potter. And it's scent as incense, magic, dragon's blood, smoked pine. And I did do a previous unboxing of some candles from Nook and Burrow, which is up on my YouTube channel, but I haven't actually recorded these candles yet, so I thought I would just do them in a bit of a haul thing, because I tend to use my candles and that while I'm reading, if I'm somewhere that I can use them, and I tend to use them more in winter, which winter's almost done here, but yeah, just excuse my colouring stuff and that in the background. I'm trying to sort it all to get set up again for videos and stuff, and I've got to get camera batteries charging. I've got to actually find a camera battery for my recording camera, and I have no idea where everything is, and I've got so much to do, but it's kind of hard with as you'll see, I got my foot and ankle in a boot. It's because I'm waiting on another surgery, and I've got excuse the buckets too, I've got them there because I'm doing a lot of sorting and recycling and rubbish and throwing a lot of stuff out, so I'm just putting it in a bucket so that someone else can go and take it out, because the bucket allows me a lot more room for things as I'm throwing stuff out, kind of thing, magazines, etc, etc. But yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I guess I'll do the candles and then the books. But basically, some of the candles that I've gotten are just general ones, like lolly things, but a lot of them are bookish themed. So like this one is Harry Potter, so buttery beer, and it's vanilla ice cream and butterscotch. And as you'll see, I have had them for a while, since the summer, and it seems the summer and then the cold has left these speckledy sort of marks through the candles, unfortunately. But it's been in my cold bedroom, and then in summer it was kind of melting due to the heat and blah blah blah. But yeah, I love some candles. I tend to have a stockpile of candles from a few different places. A lot aren't bookish ones, but some are bookish ones, and so it sort of varies as to where I buy them from and when and how I buy them, kind of thing, just because yeah, it varies as to what I feel like. But I've kind of got a bit of a stockpile now, and including the stuff that I'm getting from Fairyloot and that, with candles and that. I don't think I need to buy a heap for a while yet because I've got over 20 of these candles. So, like, yeah, oops. But yeah, I still enjoy burning them whilst I'm reading or whatever too, so it's awesome. So, next one I got here is Killer Python, and this is the flavour of jelly beans, blackcurrant, raspberry, and lime. And it's a very interesting smell, but I remember Killer Pythons from when I was a kid and we used to go to the pool, or this was before I was on my diet, obviously, and would get lollies and would have the giant killer pythons or snakes. So, yeah. And it's obviously based on lollies, and it says here, similar to red frogs and jelly beans, this candle is scented with notes of blackcurrant, raspberry, and lime. It's got bite. And the buttery beer one, I didn't realise it had the description before, but I've just found it now. But it says, our buttery beer candle will transport you straight to the leaky cauldron. Scented with fluffy vanilla ice cream, sticky butterscotch, and a hint of cinnamon fizz. So awesome. And the next one I've got here is Fruit Mince Pies, which is pastry, fruit spice, and icing sugar. And so this is something that's classically used in Australia at Christmas time. I don't know if it's used in other countries as well. It could be. I don't know. But it says, our Fruit Mince Pies candle serves up festive scents of golden shot crust pastry, fruit spice, cinnamon, and icing sugar. Light this up and your guests will think you've just pulled a fresh batch of pies from the oven. And then I've got 4 more here. And I'll just pull these over here. So the first one I've got here is Winter is Coming, which is crisp mint, jasmine, rosewood, and moss. So this is obviously based on Game of Thrones. So it says, rally the wildlings and gather your dragon glass. Winter is coming. There's no better way to fend off the terrors that lie beyond the wall than with our Winter is Coming candle. Scented with crisp mint, jasmine, rosewood, and oak moss. It's the fire that burns against the cold, the light that brings the dawn, and guards the realms of men. So cool. I like it a lot. And I've also got this one. This one actually was gold foil, but the colour has changed over time with, I guess, the weather changes and being in the actual candle. So the gold foil has now turned to green foil. So, yeah, kind of interesting. So this one is Mother of Dragons, which is fire, wood, amber, and leather. So this says, our Mother of Dragons candle is Queen of the Seven Kingdoms, the unburnt and Khaleesi to all other candles in the realm. Scented with fire, wood, amber, and leather, lighting this candle will drive away a night that is potentially dark and full of terrors. But yeah, I don't know that you can see much of the gold foil left, but when it arrived, it was actually quite gold with just hints of green. And since it's been stored in the cold and that, it has turned very green. But I'll still enjoy it anyway. And I didn't realise it would do that, but obviously when you're not burning them constantly or all the time or away or whatever, they'll tend to sit for a while. And the next one, second last one I've got here is A Song of Fire and Spice, which is also Game of Thrones. And this is fruit spice, treacle, and smoky mead. This one actually smells really nice. And it says, our Song of Fire and Spice candle provides the perfect scent for your journey from King's Landing to Winterfell. Scented with aromas of furnace full of fruit spice, warm treacle, and smoky mead. And our final one here is Narnia Pine. Pine needles, icicles, wood cuttings. So it says, our Narnia Pine candle takes you through the wardrobe door and into the frosty fantasy land of Narnia. With a blended scent of icicles, pine needles, and wood cuttings, this candle is bound to make you crave a cup of tea, a crackling fire, and a catch-up with Mr. Tumnus. And then next thing I got here is, these are 2 books that have arrived just from Bookdepository. I did get the signed edition and I forgot to bring them out. I got the signed edition originally of Fairyloot of Wicked Fox with the sprayed edges and that, but there wasn't anywhere that was sort of doing sprayed edges and a signed copy of Vicious Spirits. So this is the sequel and the companion to Wicked Fox by Cat Cho. So, and I really love that cover. It's so pretty. So let's see if we can see this. I'm trying to do this while I'm sitting, but it's still kind of awkward. But we do our best. So we just got a purple inside book cover. And then here it's just silver. And then it says here, 18-year-old Lee Solommon's heart is breaking. Her friends are grieving. Ji-hoon, the loss of his beloved grandmother, and Mi-young, the loss of her mother and her fox bead, her immortal gummy-ho soul. Someone who is no stranger to loss wants to help them pick up the pieces and move on with their lives, but neither seems to want her help. As Ji-hoon and Mi-young become more distant, someone finds unexpected comfort in Junwoo, everyone's not-so-favourite Dokabai. Someone thought she knew who Junwoo was, an arrogant, self-serving con man, but the more she gets to know him, the more she finds Junwoo is sensitive, kind-hearted and giving. Most startling of all, he could also be exactly what she needs. For his part, someone takes Junwoo's breath away. He wonders if she could ever love him and if he could deserve it. But before Someone and Junwoo can discover what's truly between them, a group of friends discovers the supernatural world isn't quite done with them. Someone is seeing ghosts on the streets of Seoul, and Junwoo is visited by a reaper from his past. Turns out Mi-young's lost fox bead has caused a tear between the world of the living and the world of the dead. The only way to repair the rift is to find Mi-young's bead, or for Mi-young to pay with her life. An electrifying, heart-stopping read, Vicious Spirits returns readers to the indelible world of Wicked Fox, where romance and danger abound. So I'm very happy to have this, and it obviously finishes my set. So we'll just have a quick look at the inside of the book. And it's a first edition because, well, yeah, I bought it on release, I think it was. But yeah, that's our first book. And then our second book here is Harrow the Ninth. It isn't the version with sprayed edges. I could have gotten the Illumicrate version because I have the Illumicrate first edition book, but I kind of decided not to get the Illumicrate second book just because I didn't have the funds at the time, so I just got it from Bookdepository. It doesn't have a signature or anything, but at least it continues the series, and it's obviously still a first edition either way. And so this is Harrow the Ninth by Tamzin Muir. And yeah, that is a little bone up there because there's little bits of bones everywhere. Cool. And so inside, oh, I didn't know we'd have that. And it's, just let me try and shift these candles quickly. They're in the way. At least some of them are anyway. Sorry about this. So awkward with the bung hand and wrist and bung foot and ankle. Okay, there we go. So, just so I can show you the title bit, just because I sort of couldn't open the cover thing properly with the candles there. So, it says Harrow the Ninth, the sequel to the sensational USA Today best-selling novel Gideon the Ninth, turns a galaxy inside out as one necromancer struggles to survive the wreckage of herself aboard the Emperor's haunted space station. Harrowhawk Nonagizimus, last necromancer of the Ninth House, has been drafted by her Emperor to fight an unwinnable war. Side by side with a detested rival, Harrow must perfect her skills and become an angel of undeath. But her health is failing, her sword makes her nauseous, and even her mind is threatening to betray her. Sealed in the gothic gloom of the Emperor's Mytharium, with 3 unfriendly teachers, hunted by the mad ghost of a murdered planet, Harrow must confront 2 unwelcome questions. Is somebody trying to kill her? And if they succeeded, would the universe be better off? And so we got these cool end papers, which are skulls and I'm guessing of the different houses. And then let's see what's inside. And I'm going to be fumble fingers again, aren't I? Yep. Of course my hands and fingers have to go numb right now. I think that's it. Oops, finger in the way. Excuse me. Yeah, looks like I got the first edition. Yes, so that's what it looks like inside, and I'm so happy to have that. Yeah, I'm very lucky to have those. I know they're not signed special editions or continuing special editions like I've been trying to do, but I figure, well, better off having it than not having it, and I feel very lucky to, shall we say, have them, even if oh, what am I saying? I feel lucky to have them even if brain stopped working. But basically, I feel lucky to have them even if they aren't special editions, because not everyone is lucky enough to get special editions, and even if they aren't continuing special sets like I try to, even having them and being able to continue the series, I just feel lucky, because some people aren't, and battery got low again, but some people aren't quite as lucky as others, and whilst I'm not always the luckiest and I've got a lot of issues happening, I still feel very lucky and grateful for what I can get, even if it is just a book depository version, because I love my books, I love my colouring, I love my art, and yeah, it's all very worth it to me. So yeah, I'm just happy that I get to continue the sets and finish it. So next I've got my July Fairyloot box, and you'll notice this one's been very beaten up and stuck together and blah blah blah. Fairyloot is falling up about my June box, and so this one's a little different than usual. I'm not sure why I got a purple box, but yeah, it's got these writings inside it, and let's just move that, and it says, fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us that dragons can be beaten. We might have had that one before, I think. But yeah, so basically I'm not sure what's in here. I didn't really pay attention. I've watched YouTube videos, but I can't remember for the life of me what things are from what. And like, I got a vague idea of the book from videos I've watched because it took a while to get here and that, but I can't remember for sure. But the first thing you see when you open it is this gorgeous art print. And I don't know where this is from, but I really, really love it. Like, it's just amazing. And I really, really do love my Fairyloot boxes and stuff like that. They're just awesome. And the next thing you see is our July spoiler card. So July's theme is Resilient Royals. And let's see if we can see what that is. Sorry, Bear and the Nightingale art print apparently. But yeah, I keep all these cards now and that because I really love my Fairyloot box, and it's the one bookish box I get other than my Goldsboro books, Sci-Fi Fantasy and Premier Club edition, just because I like to get one box with the items and then just the book things from Goldsboro books, because I really, really love Goldsboro books, as you probably picked up on. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying my Fairyloot book boxes, and like, I know it was a choice between Aluminum Crate, and Aluminum Crate has had some amazing things lately, but I'm still really happy with my choice with Fairyloot. So yeah, I have no regrets. No regrets at all. And so the next thing I'm going to pull out of here is a candle from In the Wick of Time, I think it is, and it's called the Ash Crown Fairyloot exclusive, and it's blackcurrant tea. This actually does smell really good, and that detail of the image is really pretty. Looks like there is some wax that's come out of mine. I opened it before and found it, but it's not melted or anything inside. It's just, I guess, a bit of excess wax that dropped when they were tipping it in. But yeah, I always love collecting candles, and I sort of use them a bit, as you saw, when I'm reading or anything like that. And so next thing we've got here, we've got a couple of things in packages, and it says Queen's Rising card holder, product for Fairyloot. And I haven't actually read the Ash Crown. A lot of these boxes I haven't actually read the books that the items are coming from, but at the same time I just enjoy getting some bookish items anyway, even if I don't know where they're from or what they're from, or haven't read the books or don't own the books. I just like collecting some new little things each month. So yeah, that's what I like doing anyway. So that's kind of what I enjoy anyway. I just like getting some little bookish items, even if I don't know the exact fandom or anything. I still like to collect them and use them, and I try to sort them together. And I am trying to get to the point where I can use them, but I need to get some things sorted, and I kind of, at the moment, because I'm having to have a lot of help with my hand and wrist, and I've got someone coming in helping with the cleaning and cooking and all of that, I kind of don't want to use my special edition mugs or any of that currently, because I don't want to risk them getting scratched or the image being taken off, because I just want to make sure that I can wash them so that, shall we say, basically they're kept special, because my book items and things that I get are my special things and things that I really enjoy and love having and using, and I want to make sure that I can clean them so that I can make sure that they're kept in sort of a condition that I like or want, because yeah, they are special to me. So yeah, we got our Queen's Rising card holder here, and I haven't read Queen's Rising either, but obviously it's just a little case to put some cards in, but it's so pretty with the design, and all these Fairyloot things feel like really good quality as well. But that design is so pretty. I love it. Next thing, I guess I'll go for this piece of paper with a Fairyloot logo. And, oh, let's see. It's so awkward one-handed. Why do things always have to be so awkward one-handed? Excuse me for a minute. There we go. So what we've got here is, and I wish I'd gotten this book and continued the series. I didn't get to start up again until April, but I sort of wish I'd continued it for January, February, March, but I kind of had to cancel it at that point because of my surgery and wanting to, shall we say, or needing to save money for my surgery and stuff like that, so I just didn't have the funds to continue it at that time. But now I'm aiming to definitely keep my Fairyloot box and my Goldsboro book subscriptions, just because I really, really love these box sets, and I don't regret getting them each month. It's kind of my happy time of the month every month when I receive these, because it's like something that cheers me up, shall we say. I always get really happy, and I can't wait to do these unboxings or hauls or all of that when I get things. But we've got a set here of Woven in Moonlight magnetic bookmarks from Fairyloot, and let's see what, these are the ones that are all magnetic, so the whole thing, and I really like using these. They are really handy, but I find, like, I've got one of a set that I've actually left in one of my books somewhere, and kind of, like, I don't borrow books or anything these days, so fortunately I know it hasn't stayed at the library, but I tend to leave them in a book somewhere, and then I can't find it because I forget to take it out, because it's not like the bookmarks where it's hanging out or sticking out or anything obvious. It's just a nice thing that stays in, doesn't fall out if you accidentally tip the book or whatever, like the normal bookmarks do. I still use the normal bookmarks, but I tend to use these magnetic ones. But I do find that sometimes I do tend to misplace them or leave them in a book somewhere, and then I can't find them. I'll probably find it sometime when I'm next sorting books, or I next pick up the book to read or something. And yeah, I guess that's sort of my thing, because I try to keep track of them and move them and that, but when I get to the end of the book, I sort of leave it in its spot till I sort of get to the next spot and then pull it out. I don't pull it out before because I don't want to lose the bookmark. So yeah, sometimes it gets left in the book and then yeah, it becomes misplaced and I can't find it. But yeah, these are so cute, and yeah, I love them. And then what I've got here, looks like we've got a pillowcase, and I really hope one day I can use all of these pillowcases because they are awesome and I love them. So this one says, excuse me, it says, "Through love, all is possible." And from what I know, this Sarah J. Maas, this is from Crescent City. And I loved Crescent City when I read it, and I do have a review of it up on my channel. So if you're interested, please check it out and see what you think. But yeah, I really enjoyed Crescent City. And on the back, I think we've either got like a different races or houses, and I'm trying to show you this as best I can one-handed. And I think this is I can't remember her name now, but Bryce. I think this is Bryce's necklace. And we got our crescent moon as well. But yes, so pretty. I love it. And then I'll try and speed through the next because I'm getting lower on time. So the next thing I got in here is like a tray dish for putting things on, and it, like, I really want to use these, but I'm kind of not game to get them out currently just because of the way things are and having someone coming in to help, and I just don't want to risk getting things damaged or broken by accident. So I'm kind of waiting to hopefully get a spot where I can have my special book mugs and all of these sorts of things one day that I can use, because I love them a lot, and it feels actually really decent quality. And it's a cake food tray. I don't know where it's from, but it says, "One should never save cake for later when it can be eaten now." Oh, Winter, Marissa Meyer. So, obviously I can't eat cake, but I'm pretty certain I could find uses for other things using this because it's so pretty and I really love it. And I can't wait to use or access some of these things, but yeah, just currently, I guess now isn't the right time to be able to use my book mugs and stuff like that, just because of how things currently are, I guess, with my situation and having someone coming in and helping with the cleaning and stuff like that. And so the next thing I've got here is Four of Swords, and I don't know which series these are from, and Three of Swords. I think they're from Victoria Schwab or V.E. Schwab, but I haven't actually read any of her books. I know, bad of me, but I don't own any of her books and I haven't read any, so I'm sort of, shall we say, not in a particular rush to go out and buy them because I've got so many books that I've bought and that I've got to read and that in my series. And so yeah, I'm not going to rush out. I probably won't use these as tarot cards, as you know. I'll probably just use them as like decoration images eventually. And then our final thing here is our book, and let me just get this out of the way. And so we got our Fairyloot book here, which is in our book bag. But yeah, I'm hoping something can be sorted out with my June Fairyloot box, fingers crossed. And yeah, I look forward to getting it obviously when I can, and Fairyloot is being very good about sorting that out, and they're in contact with me and blah blah blah. And so the first thing we've got here is our bookmark, our July Resilient Royals bookmark, which is always nice to have. I'm sort of collecting those. And then we've also got our author letter and image. for our book. And our fairy scoop for Resilient Royals. There's our book, so we'll just have a look here. So we got our Fairyloot exclusive edition, and obviously a book is shielded. Has an exclusive dark green cover, sprayed black edges, and is signed by the author. And the standard edition is just dark blue. I think I actually prefer the Fairyloot cover. And on the back we've got our August theme, I think it is, and this is Let the Games Begin. We're so excited to reveal the August theme for our monthly box, and it is Let the Games Begin. The stakes are high and the games are on. Make sure you come prepared. This month is all about games, whether they are physical or mental, magical or non-magical. These games will test your mettle and have your adrenaline soaring. You can expect items inspired by An Ember in the Ashes, Hunting Prince Dracula, Nevernight, Scythe, Aurora Rising, and Harry Potter. This box features a great variety of items, some of which we are so proud of and just cannot wait for you to see. For now, we are revealing that there will be a book sleeve featuring beautiful art by @Monolime. Ooh, another book sleeve. I love Fairyloot's book sleeves. Excuse me, but yeah, I love Fairyloot's book sleeves. Our featured book of the month is a contemporary fantasy that is a magical blend of Stardust by Neil Gaiman and Hindu mythology. We were hooked from page 1 of this unique story, and we're constantly in awe of all the celestial settings. This Fairyloot exclusive edition will have shimmery sprayed edges, artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket by @BX Romance, and will be signed by the author. If you have a subscription with us, you can sit back and relax. You will automatically get this box. But as always, stay tuned for more supplier reveals over the coming weeks. And we've got our Instagram July box photo challenge, which from what I've heard has been extended to September the 7th. So I'm going to actually be able to enter this time, and I'm so happy. I cannot wait to enter it. This sounds amazing with the August box, and I really do love Fairyloot's boxes. So it is really worth it to me. Also, if you have been trying to join Fairyloot or whatever, from what I know, they've got a waiting list currently, but there's not going to be a lot of spots opening till October because they plan their books and boxes like 4 or 5 months in advance from what I've heard. And yeah, so there's currently not a lot of spots. I actually feel very lucky that I managed to get a subscription before this because after COVID, it seems everywhere is basically filled up with the subscription book boxes. So I kind of feel very lucky to have gotten to, shall we say, get my Fairyloot box and keep it, and I definitely intend on keeping it because it now seems very, very hard to get your subscription book boxes. So yeah, I fully intend on keeping the Fairyloot box because it is so hard now to get into them, and I don't want to risk losing out on my Fairyloot subscription or missing a box or anything because I'm really loving them and I'm not disappointed by them. I thought like maybe I might be, but I wasn't sure because I had couple of a disappointing one in November and stuff like that. But what I've worked out, then Illumina Crate had some disappointing ones that I sort of missed. So it's kind of like, I guess, a mix. Sometimes the boxes are better than other times, but there's still something to be enjoyed. And I've kind of realised that it's more about the enjoyment and the fact that I love receiving these items and getting these boxes. It's my joy in the month. And so, yeah, for me, I've kind of realised that I'm not going to be stopping Fairyloot again. I'm going to be keeping it fully. And yeah, because I love it so much and it does bring me joy, and that is what matters. And the fact too that now it is so hard to get into it, I don't want to let it go. I just want to keep my Fairyloot subscription because I really do love it. So anyway, onto the book after that blurb. So our book for the month of July is Shielded, An Ancient Evil, A Broken Kingdom, and One Girl with the Secret to Save the World, Kaylin Flanders. And so this looks so amazing. I'm loving the covers at the moment. So that's our spine. and a back cover. So it says, my world was tipping, my shattered life scattering like glass across ice. How was I to find my place in a new land when I couldn't find a place among my own people? How would I keep my secret hidden while under the scrutiny of an entire kingdom? Woo! And we've also got black sprayed edges. I love the sprayed edges. Give me sprayed edges any day and I'm so happy. And I also love how Fairyloot always has signed books. Signed exclusive books. And I noticed too that Fairyloot now seems to be getting even more exclusive features as time goes. So like now they're doing undercover dust jacket art and that a lot more and everything like that. So we'll just remember to look here and ooh, we got this cool little embossed bit in the book. And then we've got our white and black. But yeah, I'm just loving how Fairyloot is going with the exclusive special features and additions too. And so we've got here, the kingdom of Helendai is in trouble. It's losing the war at its borders and rumours of a new deadlier threat have surfaced. Princess Janisara knows her skills on the battlefield would make her an asset and wants to help, but her father has other plans. Second-born heir to the throne, Jenna lacks the firstborn's, her older brother's magical abilities. So the king promises her hand in marriage to the prince of neighbouring Turia in exchange for resources Helendai needs. Jenna has no choice. She must leave behind everything she has ever known if she is to give her people a chance at peace. On the journey to reach her betrothed and her new home, the royal caravan is ambushed, and Jenna realises the rumours were wrong. The new threat is worse than anyone imagined. Now Jenna must decide if revealing a dangerous secret is worth the cost before it's too late for her and for her entire kingdom. Ooh, that sounds so good. It really, really does. And so we got a signature page. And it's obviously first edition. And our chapter. Yes, so awesome. And this is our art print as well for our book. And so our author letter says, Dear Fairyloot reader, I've always loved words. I believe they hold great power to connect and unify in a world that does its best to divide. I love words so much I became an editor and helped other people's words shine. But it wasn't until I was 29 that I decided maybe I had my own words to share. Jenna's story started as a little spark. A dream, actually. I know, but the dream was vivid and powerful. The kind that leaves you thinking and feeling for weeks afterward. Because the dream ended on a cliffhanger with a teen girl in dire peril. I started asking questions, mostly to assuage my anxiety and go back to sleep. How did she escape? Who was she escaping from? Why did she have magic? I spent 3 years asking questions and digging deeper, revising and chipping away until Jenna's story was revealed. It was a lot like the sculptor Michelangelo said. Every block of stone has a statue inside it, and it is the task of the sculptor to discover it. You'll be reading draft 20-ish. But as I revised and chipped away at what wasn't the story, certain aspects started shining. Jenna's magic, her connection to those she loves, the power of deep and abiding relationships and friendships, being comfortable in your own skin, choosing kindness and empathy over hatred and bitterness. Ultimately, I wrote Shielded because the world is dark and messy, and I wanted a book that was hopeful. I wanted a hero I could look up to, someone who confronted hard situations and made the best of them. Relationships that were real and deep in a fun, adventurous fantasy. As you read, I hope you find a reprieve from the burdens you carry, and that you turn the last page with a lighter heart than you started with. I hope you, like Jenna, can find the strength to confront the difficulties life throws at you. You are more powerful than you know. Kaylin Flanders. So that's awesome. But yeah, so that's my Fairyloot box and my book depository books and my candle haul. I really hope you've enjoyed this unboxing and haul. And yeah, if you have, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. I always love hearing from you. And yeah, I will see you later. Bye.